this evening after years and years of laboring in the vineyards, working for people, working on this issue. I applaud all of you for what you do every day to help lift people up and get them in the right direction and live a happy, full, productive life whenever possible. I thank you. Give yourselves a hand, please. I feel this evening like I'm home because I've been out in so many different communities, talking with people and meeting people, and this is almost like a reunion. I see so many people that I've met over the years, but also over the last few months and the last few weeks, and it feels really good. It feels really good to be among so many people who are connecting the dots, just like we're trying to do every day in the Blasio administration, trying to figure it out, like how everything can work together in a different way. It's nice to be recognized, my friends. And that's what all of you are. So back in January, I announced to the Blasio administration's commitment to building a more inclusive mental health system. And I am just so happy to have all of you as partners. As I said, many of you have been working in the field for so long without praise, without appreciation, without the support that you really deserve. And you know that for too long we've had a tale of two health systems, one for physical health and one for mental health, and that needs to change. People should feel just as comfortable seeking treatment for their mind as they do for their body. There should be no disconnect. Since making that announcement about the roadmap, I've been traveling all over the city, talking to those who are on the front lines, and I've worked with so many coalition members, including Fountain House, Safe Horizon, and Hamilton Madison House. NAMI even let me lead their mental health awareness walk. And all of these experiences will inform the roadmap that my team is currently developing to guide our collective mental health effort. And we look forward to releasing it this fall. As many of you have heard already, the city has committed significant new funding already for mental health services. $54.4 million in fiscal year 16 and $78.3 million in fiscal year 17 and beyond. These dollars are committed to helping those New Yorkers who need it most. And it is at the heart of our efforts. It is our belief that we need a real culture shift in the way that we view and treat mental health. And we've got to bring a public health approach to this. The crisis is just far too big for the city to solve on our own. We cannot be successful without your continuing support. Now, I know this is not a small ask because the mental health care community is already going through a period of tremendous change, which Tino has already talked about. Change is not easy. The transition to managed Medicaid is a particular source of great uncertainty. And the feedback I've received from many of you is that you're worried about the new reimbursement rates, the new billing requirements, and the new paperwork. You know, I get stressed just talking about the paperwork, so I can only imagine how you feel. And that's why the city is working hard to help you find a way. We know change is tough. We know it's turbulent. But we all know that not one of us can keep on doing things the same old way that we've been doing them and expect a different or a better result. So change, in this case, also means opportunity. Medicaid will soon begin reimbursing you for more home and community-based services, both of which our system desperately needs. The new system will also incentivize preventive strategies, which will save both lives and precious resources. Collectively embracing these changes is a chance to promote greater accountability and evidence-based practices, which will ultimately help us to serve more people and serve more people better. That being said, the city is working hard to create systems and structures that make sure New York State is aware of the unique challenges facing New York City. A great example is the Regional Planning Consortium, of which I am a member. The Regional Planning Consortium is being led by Dr. Gary Belkin, the Executive Deputy Commissioner. Let me say that again. The Executive Deputy Commissioner for Mental Hygiene in the Department of Health. And I wish Gary could be here tonight. He asked me to convey his sincere regrets, and he looks forward to continuing his work with all of you. And I'm going to conclude by saying that I could tell you so many stories that give me reason to be optimistic about our shared future, but I'm going to limit myself to one. I thought the music was going to go with my story. I recently visited a mental health shelter in Brooklyn that is operated by another coalition member, Services for the Underserved, and I was so impressed by the clinicians I met. They helped their clients locate permanent housing, and they also coached them to succeed in the housing interviews. At Services for the Underserved, I met a client who I'm going to call Lamar, who was diagnosed, he had been diagnosed with schizophrenia. Despite all of the setbacks he had to experience, what I remember most about Lamar is his positive attitude. He was a proud father. He hoped to find a home where his children could come visit. But it was more than that. Lamar hoped that they would look up to him as a strong role model. And it turns out that Lamar's hope was well-founded. A few days after we met, Lamar had his housing interview, and he aced it. I know this because he made them send me a text telling me what happened. He's now living in his own apartment and working so hard to make sure that he stays on the right track and regain his footing. And my hope is that Lamar's story will be our story, that the challenges that we face will be overcome and our optimism will be redeemed. So I'm going to ask you, I know you say you're already there, but I'm still going to ask you, please just join us, work with us in this period of great transition. Just as many of you have guided so many New Yorkers to make the challenging transitions, on their own, we can do this. We can do this together. So thank you all again. I applaud the other awardees, and I look forward to talking with you in the next days and getting to know you even better. Thank you.